The cash-strapped Maluti Aphofung municipality is moving from one crisis to another. It has been engulfed by allegations of corruption and maladministration. The situation has been worsened by political tensions. Things got heated after the ANC axed 16 councillors in December 2018. They were expelled after voting with the opposition to remove the controversial former mayor and now suspended Free State ANC Chief Whip Vusi Chabalala. The crisis-torn municipality owes Eskom more than 5 billion rand. At some stage, municipal assets and bank accounts were attached due to a mounting Eskom debt. Residents had to endure regular power cuts due to aging infrastructure.
We struggle a lot with water because our parents are too old to run after Jojo.
There's not even water to drink, but our dams are full of water.
Maluti Aphofung has failed to submit its financial records to the Auditor General for 2 consecutive years. The trouble-torn municipality received a disclaimer of opinion reports in 14 of the last 15 years. Multi-million rand water projects have reportedly been sabotaged. Unscrupulous contractors and municipal officials were largely to blame. The more than 200 million rand drought relief fund has allegedly been looted. Junior officials with no signing powers have allegedly authorized payments worth more than 1.5 million rand in dubious transactions. The matter was reported to the Hawks. According to the Auditor General's report, the municipality has failed to implement appropriate controls in supply chain management. This has resulted in significant irregular expenditure, especially for water distribution. President Cyril Ramaphosa has authorized the Special Investigating Unit to probe allegations of maladministration and irregular awarding of tenders in the municipality. The SIU investigation will cover the period between January 2012 and the publication of the proclamation in August 2020.
In terms of intervention that was made by a deputy president and a minister, there's nothing that happened from them. The only thing that they did was to lie to the people of Maluti Aphofung.
Workers have also been affected. They often embarked on violent protests. Their salaries were paid late and the municipality defaulted on their fringe benefits. Meanwhile, government said a permanent solution to the water problem would cost 2 billion rand. Part of the solution is to extract water from the Stekfontein Dam. Aphumelele Mdlalane, SABC News, QwaQwa.
Well, Maluti Aphofung is in the spotlight today, and my colleague Tshepiso Makwetla is there, and she's in Kestel, at the Multipurpose Center, where she's having a conversation with the various political parties who are making strong cases why potential voters should vote for them. And we cross back to her. Tshepiso, a very good evening to you. It's over to you.
Still here outside, and the citizens of Kestel are still here outside. They really want to get inside because they want to talk about the issues that are of a challenge to them. And as I indicated earlier on, the problem of water, problem of electricity, sanitation, and of course lots of young people who are not employed. And I'm going to speak to one of those people who are outside, and he's saying to me he is learned but he can't find job. Ntate, tletlebo tsa lona keng?
Tletlebo tsa rona ke metsi. Ke na ke 27 years. Ona le kasi engwe ka odimo ka mala ke station 5. It's almost to 15 years ba ntse ba sokola metsi, motlakase, ditsha. Ke ntho tse sokola ya ka le mosebetsi ha yo ka ga location ka mona. Ba hira ka di phone o se ga wa tsoa motho sa sebetsa mme.
Ya mme wena o lla kang mme wa ka?
Le nna ke lla ka ntho tseno mme ke lla ka metsi motlakase ha rena ditsha. Ha rena di RDP, ha una next. Like bahirana ka o tsebana mona Kestel mona. Ha o sa tsebe motho, ha o tlo kena mosebetsing. So re lla ka ntho tseno ra kopa tswe.
To address it again, Keshilebo Mangalana Extension 5, Kikuvuki Land, but Holonyana Lemung Hoyona, Barobet Mona Bonhono Bontatemolo, the Haitse di Gaufel, for 5 consecutive days, Babata Disa, Utila Human Settlement, Batola reference number, Mar Majority Vita, Yaganal Kachilagona, Legilan Galibulas fighters, Lakuvuki Land, Rivita Kuvuki Land, Mar Majoro Lanza di Sagama reference number, Hadisa Sebet, Maramupagata Houti, no Robalamo, Imba, Senator Meti, Bagata Generalize the issues. And Antonio Buambela Iwan, if you can't serve the people that posted you in that post, Bauman de Tile, Kaditete Botabona, Ronald Pekena next Dogamo, Irrewu Kipiti, Honalebato, the posted Tatame Pota, last year February, Hototobula, call center. Haona Motuba to Mana by Mona of Fail. Agila Sebet on our Lepeu, Arona 100 rand.
You can hear.
I can so good. Rilera cocktail of a feet on a Kisabisola Shatra company. Cocktail at Tower, how no Bula Lepeu. Billy Kalisa, Hasalan Dodge, Hoganata Sajuan, the issue Sabat. So in turn of Tokuyen, at the end of the day, Haona, Michena, Agricidate, the cities day at 21 in South Africa, Mbabatwara Mama Prasi, Baxes at Chelteja, Revenue Yarona's Castle was 3, it's 7 times because it's related as 7. How about to chill it low? Would you like it low? How you must pay? We can build a Mewaka Santa telling Nekerevela, those are the issues. Sebabata will nationalize. The only way your job creation. Kukutis are the SOEs.
Clearly, the residents of Kastel and residents of Maluti Apofung, the district Thabo Mofutshanyana, they are talking about unemployment, water, sanitation, and of course saying that there's nepotism in terms of people getting employment. I think these are the issues inside there. Tshepiso Makwetla will be able to ask the leaders inside there in terms of what they will do, because indeed 2006 the area declared a nodal point, but to date there are huge challenges. Over to you, Tshepiso.
Maikutlo a lona e hlile re tla le fa monyetla wa hore le bue jwale ska le utlwile. My colleague Sophie Mokoena has just been speaking to frustrated residents outside. We are unfortunately unable to let them inside the Kessel Multi-Purpose Center because of the maximum capacity numbers that we've reached inside the hall. It is a rather medium-sized hall, but we are amply represented in terms of the political parties that will be contesting the elections and the issues that you've heard Sophie Mokoena raise. It's about the economy, it's about joblessness, it's about lack of accountability, it's about rampant corruption. It's been spoken about here. We're going to give the audience here an opportunity to ask a question. If I could just get at least 2 people at a time, I'm going to ask the first one to step up to my microphone there on the left. We're going to have it sanitized. Please ask a question. And if you want to direct it to any political leader, please do so. And while we're waiting for somebody to come up to the microphone, just going through the figures. At the ANC, you would have heard the amounts of money that were mentioned that have been lost to corruption. It is hundreds and millions of rands. How do you account for that? Okay, let's just take a question We're going to take from this gentleman here. If you can please just step up here from the QwaQwa. If you could just step up here to the right. I'm going to ask from another political party. Okay, I see the lady in the white dress. If I could please ask you to please step up to the microphone there, and we will take questions. Please do step up, and if you could please introduce yourself, the political party that you're representing today, and whom you'd like to ask your question. Please make it brief. Speak to the issues. Why is the community so frustrated?
Okay, thank you for the opportunity. I will direct my question to Ntatele Besa, the leader of the QwaQwa Party of South Africa. Ntatele Besa, in almost 27 years of ANC ruling in Maluti Apofung, we still experiencing problem of our brothers and sisters who are working at the factories there in QwaQwa. And those brothers and sisters are still earning 7 rand per hour, and their supervisors are still earning 14 rands per hour. And then they are being forced to work overtimes and during holidays and so on without being double paid. So I don't know if the treatment is okay for them. So what will the QwaQwa Party do when you take the government after the 1st of November 2021?
All right, thank you very much. And we'll move on to the next person. If you could please introduce yourself, the party you would like to direct your question to.
This is Busiswe Mloyi from African Transformation Movement. I'm going to direct my question to QwaQwa Katsane. We are subjected to crime. That's why we are frustrated. To assault. Women and children are subjected to assault, rape, and other form of abuse. I would like to ask QwaQwa Katsane to tell the viewers at home and people in this house how as ATM are going to address this situation.
Okay, thank you very much. We're going to make sure that all political parties are represented. So if I have anyone who would like to ask a question from the QwaQwa shutdown, do we have anybody from QwaQwa shutdown? Please come forward and ask your question. Anybody from QwaQwa shutdown, from the community, who represents the community? Okay, no. So long, we will ask somebody from the ACDP to please ask a question. We want to make sure that we spread the love. Please introduce yourself, to whom you'd like to pose the question. And next, if there's somebody from the ANC who'd also like to ask a question, please step up. You can go ahead.
Okay, thank you. I would like to direct my question to a gentleman with the green.
Tell us which party you are from, so that we make sure there's an even spread.
Okay, thank you. I'm from the QwaQwa shutdown.
Okay.
I would like to direct my question to the ANC leader. Mr. Mazibuko was the first leader to be given the opportunity to speak in this, and he mentioned the issue of corruption that is taking place around Maluti Apofung. I was expecting the ANC leader to respond to that, but he did not say anything about that. Does this confirm that the ruling party is tolerating the corruption that we see around Maluti Apofung? Thank you.
All right, thank you very much. And the next question comes from which party?
No, thanks, President. I am Mukwena Tseko. Fortunately, I am also the resident of Castle LGE here in Ward 3, Maluti Apofung.
Do you represent a political party or your community member?
The ANC.
Okay, thank you.
Yes. Let me quickly direct my question to Comrade Napo Mieketsi. I'm not sure whether the presenter, am I allowed to also direct it to?
Sir, please make it quick.
Okay, no thanks. Now, let me direct my question to Comrade Napo. Let me first appreciate the presentation made by the ANC representative in ensuring that indeed the ANC has delivered for the majority of our people in Maluti Apofung, despite the fact that there are still challenges. But Mr. Mieketsi, tell us, we have seen the change in replacement.
I did say please ask a question. Let's move on. We did mention please ask a question, okay. And I was very clear.
Okay.
Thank you. Thank you, sir.
How are you going to protect and ensure there is security in all upgraded substations of the electricity in
Thank you very much. And let's move on to other parties. And please take note, we will not have anybody taking advantage of other people's times. If I say, please ask a question, please ask a question, nobody is going to get undue favor. And I'm sanctioning the ANC over this because it was very clear that you ask a question, you don't make a statement. We're moving on now. Let's have somebody from the DA as well as somebody from the EFF so that we can have an even balance.
Good day. My name is Mofoke Mleleki, representative of the DA. I would like to ask, my question is an indirect question, is to all of you candidates here in front. My question is this: how are you people going to manage to put Maluti Apofing back on its feet? I mean, we know, all of us, that Maluti Apofing doesn't have any money. Can you please answer me that question?
Okay, thank you very much. And from the EFF, or is the EFF foregoing its opportunity to ask a question? I'm sorry, I can't see beyond the cameras, or there's somebody. Please step up to the microphone. Is it from which party is this?
ACM.
Okay, sir, are you with the EFF? Okay, you can stand there, ma'am. You can please go ahead.
I'm Maria Mutsenyem from ACM. I want to ask my leader, you said you're going to fix the problem of water. For the Jojo tanks, how do you remove it? Please, can you tell us how do you bring water to the tap?
Okay, thank you. That is the ACM and the EFF.
Lebitso la ka ke Makumring ke tswa mokgatlong wa EFF. Me potso e ke lebisang ho Ntate Majake jalo ka ke tlo fa vote ya ka Ntate Majake ke kopa hore bohlaswa bo ka hare ho motse bona wa Ward 3 jalo ka re bua jwale tje mangope ditsela di tletse manyala metsi ha a yo setjhabeng mme ka hodimo extension formula hona le kotoponyana fela e nyenyana e ka sejetsang ka tsatsi le le leng mme mogatlo wa potetsa ha o etse mosebetsi o tshwantseng o ye metsi a o jwalo ka pula dina tje a kena ka re ho
potso tete ka ha ya fela ka pele ntate fedile nako o botsisa potso. Okay, re tlo tswela pele ntate ra leboha. Ra leboha ntate. EFF, and we have now which party are you from? Please tell us, and please remember we are setting a time. Studio is checking the time. I'm not making up the time itself. As I mentioned at the beginning, somebody is watching the time. If you don't choose the time, unfortunately that is. So please introduce yourself, which party you're from and whom you'd like to pose your question to.
My name is Paseka Musia. I'm the chairperson of the Maluti Apofing Steering Committee. So the question is going to MAP 16 and ANC. The question is, Maluti Apofing LED is not inexistent. So what are you going to do with the youth of Maluti Apofing, MAP 16? What are you going to do with the local business people? Because our local business people are not in existence. The only people that are being recognized are the people outside from Maluti Apofing. Thank you.
Thank you very much. And I think we still have the African content movement that is still outstanding. ACM, would you like an opportunity? Okay, please go ahead.
Thank you, OCP. My name is Puti Musuman from the African content movement of Mr. 90%, Claude Musweni. The question goes to my leader there. After 30 years of ANC misrule and corruption, which is endemic, what is your plan of action to save this municipality which has suffered so much?
All right, thank you. And unfortunately, we have run out of time. It is a strict 1 minute each to the political party leaders and the civic organization to respond to the questions. Let me go to you, Mr. Mazibuko, if you could just answer the question that was raised by your supporter there.
Thank you very much, Tsepi. We as QwaQwa shut down
to get rid of corruption that is existing in our municipality. We don't want to see ANC taking over the municipality. We want to see the coalition in our municipality, because if we give one party a vote, that thing will destroy our municipality again. So if the party,
30 seconds.
if the opposition parties stand together and be on the same ideas and all that, we will encourage the communities to vote for opposition, but not ANC. ANC, we're still gonna go back to the same thing, still gonna go back to the street.
All right, your time is up. Thank you very much, Mr. Mazibuko. You're saying anything but ANC. Let's move on now to Godfrey Katsane. There was a question for you, if you could please address that as well.
Okay, thanks, Tepi. One of our enablers in our manifesto is ATM, is that we are promoting peace, justice, safety, and security. Then we are going to eradicate this mentality, the culture of entitlement that the ANC has created into people. That's what's creating violence, because everyone needs that he's entitled. He thinks that he's entitled to somebody else's property. And when coming to the gender-based violence, we are going to have to transform the communities. How do you transform the communities? You utilize the structures that are there, the traditional leaders that are there, and the religious leaders that are there to transform the people.
The time is up. Thank you very much. And let's hear then from the ACDP, Wangani Lituli. What is your response to what was raised by your supporter?
Thank you. It's simple. Maluti Apofong needs a moral regeneration. It's crying out for godly governance.
If we can please bring his microphone up, I do apologize for that. Your minute starts now.
Maluti Apofong needs a moral regeneration. It's crying out for godly governance, and there's only one political party that can usher same, and that's the ACDP. That's why we say in these elections, let's fix education, let's focus on formalizing the informal economy, and let's create business tax incentive for young people and create entrepreneurial projects so that young people get opportunities to have a stake in the market. Thank you.
All right, your time is up. Mr. Napo, the question was about, are you going to respond to the corruption, alleged corruption over electricity meters? And the question from your member is, how are you going to protect electricity infrastructure? Your minute starts now.
No, thank you very much. In relation to the issue of vandalism at the substation, as the African National Congress, as we have started already to place security guards at the substation, we are going to continue to place more security, and beyond these elections, we'll make sure that we insource the security services into the municipality so that those security officers are permanently employed by the municipality. The second issue in relation to corruption, as I indicated earlier on, as the ANC, we are fighting corruption. That is why we have taken a decision that those councillors who were involved in corruption are not currently part of our candidates. We are serious about fighting corruption, and we are going to make sure that we run clean government. Thank you.
All right, thank you very much. And now let's move on to Alison Oates. How will you get this municipality back on the ground, given the fact that there are no funds?
There are funds. There are funds. For example, funds from government for our indigent list, for the poorest of the poor. I'm glad we're going to get rid of corrupt people, because I know a councillor in Ward 28 who has been drawing a salary of 750,000 Rand for sitting on a committee which doesn't exist. The same thing applies to an ex-councillor in Kestel. We can look after our money. We have a municipal manager who gave himself a 45% increase the month he was employed. So we're going to look after our money. Now, I want to tell you that the DA understands money. I sit on the finance committee. MAP 16, I'm supposed to have somebody on the finance committee. He's come twice, because he says he's sick.
Thank you very much, Alison Oates. We move on now to Makgathatso Moloi of the African Content Movement. And the question that was raised by your member, how would you like to respond to that?
Okay, thank you. As I said, I will deliver fresh water from our taps, not from Jojo's. I'm going to fix the pipes so that all the people must have water in their taps, not from JoJo's. And I will deliver electricity
30 seconds.
and employment so that all people must employed, so that the corruption must stopped.
All right, thank you so much, Ms. Moloi. Moving on now to Mahlomola Mojake of the EFF. Let's see the question that was raised about sanitation, sewage, sanitation, sewage. How are you going to get rid of that?
Yes, like I said earlier on, we are going to provide reliable water, electricity, and sanitation by ensuring that we abolish tenders. We insource everybody who is on contract in municipality, we insource him or her, and then we are going to absorb all EPWP workers and CWP workers
30 seconds.
to become permanent employees of the municipality. And then we are going to provide land and jobs to our people to ensure that we are able to deal with the current poverty that they are living under.
All right, thank you very much, Mr. Mojake. Let's move on now to Mr. Lebesa Moeketsi, the Lebesa Dikwankwe party leader. How would you like to respond to the issue that was raised by your member, and your minute starts now?
Yeah, we will not wait for elections to help the people of the factories. In fact, we are already helping them daily against the brutalized system at our factories where the factory owners are exploiting them. They are also exploited by the so-called the bribe-taking villains masquerading as union leaders. They are bribe-taking villains, because when you go there, you will find that they take bribes while workers are brutalized and exploited by the employers. But talking to the employers, they are complaining about unreliable electricity supply. That is why the factory workers are earning 14 rand maybe per week because of electricity as they go for short times. And some of the factories are disinvesting in Maluti Apofung. They are going to Newcastle and Lesotho. The QwaQwa part of South Africa will also engage FDC, which is a mountain of soap. Thank you.
Paraklane Mutlong, your minute starts now. As you heard the issue raised by your party member, how do you respond to that? Your time starts now.
Thank you very much, Tsepi. MAP 16 is saying that with regard to the local economic development approach, what we are going to do is to prioritize companies or contractors that are only from Maluti Apofung in the main. And secondly, we believe that we need to develop an incentive scheme that will actually attract outside investors to come into Maluti Apofung. And thirdly, which is a foundation of everything else, is that we need to restore all these basic services so that these investors or any other person who wants to do business in Maluti Apofung can stay here. Because if you don't have stable electricity and water, then it's a problem.
Well, you are watching what is the final minutes of this broadcast here from Kessel Multipurpose Center. My colleague Aphumelele Mhlalane is standing outside. You recall my colleague Sophie Mukwena earlier on spoke to frustrated community members. Let's find out now from Aphumelele, what is the situation now? And it seems that unfortunately we weren't able to re-establish contact with my colleague Aphumelele Mhlalane. Well, we end the conversation here, as you've heard from frustrated Kessel residents, that there is no consequence management. The problems that they've had since the early 2000s still remain: lack of infrastructure, lack of maintenance, the bad collections from the revenue collection. Since April 2020, it was said that at least 53% to 56% of that is still outstanding, and the closing balance of irregular expenditure that was disclosed was 465 million and 24. That was in 2017, but this municipality has received 14 out of 15 disclaimed opinions. So the situation is really bad. The DA says nobody has lost sight, but is that really the case? Let's find out. Aphumelele Mhlalani, my colleague, is outside.
Iwan fela ke taba ya lep ya re na le yona mo Castel ke lep ya batho ba Castel, like ha re jwetsitse hore ke lep ya batho ba Castel, but the only thing that I don't understand ke taba ya hore it's named ka mora motho re sa mtsebeng. Re na le batho be lo reng rona as youth we look up to, hona le batho ba dutseng mona ba highly qualified be lo reng ke di hero and heroines tsa rona, and then mara ha re tsebe nix ka bona. So no, as youth, mara, they should be named ka lab. Iseng motho a dulang QwaQwa. Why lab ya Castel in name wa ka motho a QwaQwa? Ke concern ya ka eo. QwaQwa hona le manapo. Mufahadi manapo spete. Hona le Charles and Pate. Ke tsa hampate. Le lab ya Castel, should it be named ka motho a QwaQwa? No. Le masipala o renga taba eo. As community the time lepo ibua re bone fela dikoloi di tletse mona batho ha re botsa ho etsalang batho lepo ya bua how ba hira re batse batho ba sebetsang ka ha re tse ba hiriwe jwang hona le di toilet tsena tse beuweng me re dulang teng di toilet tseo di na le almost 4 to 5 months di a 6 months no di beuwe ha re tsebe hore di tlo kenywa neng ke tse jwang ho etsahalang ha sa lo lahlelwa dintho tseno tsa teng fela mono. Yes, ba sa go jetse next ke sa tsebe nix go tsala go baneng le batla ba kena ka hare jwa re batla di kena because ha re na le batla go kena ka hare ba hona le batho ba le represent. Okay the reason why nna ke batla go kena ka hare ke batla ho tseba ka lep ho why in name we ka motho wa QwaQwa ile ke stage ke yona fela ntse ke batla go tseba
These are just concerned residents continuing to say they want to raise their concerns to actually to be live on TV. Regardless that there's still political parties representing the community of Maloti Apofung. Back to you.
Thank you very much, Aphumelele. So let's wrap up with our political parties. 30 seconds each. Why should the electorate vote for you? We're going to start with you, Big Boy Mazibuko. Your time starts now.
Thank you very much, Tsepi. We as QwaQwa Shutdown, we are encouraging the people of Maluti Apofung to vote wisely, to make sure that they are not throwing away their vote, they are not throwing away their powers, to make sure that they vote the party that will lead Maluti Apofung with honesty, but not ANC. They must
Thank you very much. Your
never
time
vote
is up, Big Boy Mazibuko. Godfrey Katsane, African Transformation Movement, Provincial Secretary. Your 30 seconds starts now. Why should people vote for you?
Yes, as ATM, we are saying to the communities of Maluti Apofung, vote for ATM. We are going to bring a universal access to service delivery. We, as ATM, we are going to ensure that we hold the councillors accountable. We are going to make sure that everything that is happening within the municipality, we bring feedback to the people.
Thank you very much, Mr. Katsane. Well, I need truly of the ACDP. Why should people vote for you? 30 seconds starts now.
Thank you, Sister. The issues here at these municipalities are not insurmountable. They just need a political will. And the ACDP comes in as a political solution to the scourge that we have here. We don't need water tanks, we just need running waters. And the ACDP will ensure that the people have basic service delivery. Thank you.
All right, thank you very much. Mwekezi Napo, 30 seconds. Your time starts now.
Thank you, Tsepi. So we are saying to the community of Maluti Apofung to vote the African National Congress to continue to give services to the people, but we are saying we are also acknowledging our weaknesses and mistakes as African National Congress, but we are saying to them, let them vote the African National Congress on the 1st of November 2021. Thank you.
Thank you very much. And let's go to you, Alison Oates. Please, your 30 seconds starts now. If I could please ask you to put your mask on, sir.
We at the DA know that we are public servants. We serve the public. We have been doing so with all our might and main with 5 councillors. If we can get more councillors, we can provide better services. We have a track record of successful governance. We can contact people for information on how to navigate the complicated system of a municipality.
Your time is out. And Makgathatso Moloi, African Content Movement, why should people vote for you? The 30 seconds starts now.
People vote for ACM so that we can deliver the services, and you must vote for us so that we can deliver the services and all the people to receive everything that they want. Please vote for us.
All right, thank you very much, Makgathatso Moloi Mweketsi. Before I do that, let me go to the EFF. I'm sure I was going to get a big stick there from Mahlomola Mojake. EFF, if you can just, for 30 seconds, tell us why.
Thank you very much, Tsepiso. Once more, we are appealing to the people of Malutapofu to vote the economic freedom fighter so that we provide talent and jobs now, and we are able to deal with the corruption that is rampant there in the municipality, including to abolishing consultants, which takes a lot of money from our municipalities. We can't have a CFO who rely on the consultants to compile annual financial statements.
Your time is up, Mr. Mojake. Thank you very much. Let's move on now to Mweketsi Lebesa from the QwaQwa party. 30 seconds, why are you?
We make a clarion call to the people of Malutapofu to vote the QwaQwa Party of South Africa, because it is the only clear alternative that has tried and tested track record. We are the only voice they need. We are the only voice they need. We are the only change they need that will make Harrismith, QwaQwa, Castell great again. We will make our little Switzerland great again. Thank you.
Mr. Mklong, you can push your mask down. Your 30 seconds starts now.
Yes, we have started dealing with corruption in the municipality, and what is left now is that we are deploying people with integrity who will transform this municipality and provide so much necessary leadership in the municipality, and will stop these excuses and promises that the ANC makes all the time, so that our people can get the so much necessary services.
All right, thank you very much. And we want to thank the community members and political party supporters for joining us as well this evening from the Castell Multipurpose Center, where, as you've heard from the community of the Maluti Pufong municipality, that they want services and they want them now. That's it from the team here in Castell. Simpiwe, it is back to you.